Welcome to the goods. That is Rarity Pack 5. Later on today, Kong's Cards will be having everything that you are going to want from Rarity 5, and discount code MCO40 is going to save you on your purchase. That means Starlight rares, the new Lost Art, or the, beautiful arted cards that are going to be available in this set. Discount code MCO40 will save you on that purchase. I'll leave a link down below so you guys can check them out today. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So we have our first big drops here for Rarity 5, and there's some interesting choices within this set. Now remember, this is a luxury style product according to Konami. They want you to, pick this set up and be able to get rarity upgrades in pretty much every form that you're going to want. Now Sprite Jet and Sprite Blue are two of the main interesting ones to actually see. To me, I mean, they're Thunder monsters. We know that Konami's kind of pushing this little bit of a Thunder agenda in the back corner of the room that, they're really trying to want you guys to get those cards a little bit ahead of schedule. So maybe we're going to see some Sprite support later on in the year. Vanquish Soul Rosin is in this set as its regular version as well. Now you got to remember, there is the alt art that you can pull from the stamped pool of cards as well, which is very interesting. But I am glad to see, they did double dip on Rosin. So, you will be able to get those Rosins into circulation. We also do get to see the Nightmare Apprentice, which is a gorgeous card. Like, I hated these stamped cards only being Ultra, but some of these are growing on me. We also are seeing Dogmatica Nation getting reprinted in here. Why, Konami? Why did we have to reprint Dogmatica Nation? It's such a terrible choice. Saruja made its way in here. I don't really think Saruja needed it, considering it already had a dual overload Ultra Rare, and that basically made the card essentially worthless at that stage. Quick Launch and Rocket Tracer are both in here. You just reprinted Tracer as an Ultimate Rare. So now you're double dip. This is not the first time that they've done the double dipperoo. And then Dragon's Rebirth is in here. What? Target a Dragon Monster in your graveyard, banish that target, and if you do so, summon a Dragon Monster from your hand or graveyard. Why is this card in the set? Like, that one felt genuinely pretty worthless to me. Now, these just get a little bit better. So we do see Judgment's Starlight Rare in this set. You know what, Konami? I like this one. This actually looks very, very nice. We also do see Arias finally got reprinted into the ground. We have waited so long to get like cheap Ariases, because actually up until this point, Arias was a pretty decently expensive card. It's not something you wanted to hear, but it was something that was definitely there. Stake Your Soul is also in here. So the entirety of the Vanquish Soul deck, I mean, Rosin and it were like the last two big things. I think Rock the Vanquisher still has some value attached to it, but I think, we'll probably see that calm down a little bit as time goes on. But they actually did it. They reprinted both. The Yummy Field Spells in here, but like nothing else yummy is in this set. This one is such an oddity to see that Konami has actually done. But hey, at least they're hollow now. Delta Wing got the reprint. I actually believe that this is Konami trying to get ahead of the curve here with the future of what's coming. Because you got to remember, we do have all of that new Galaxy Eyes stuff coming in the future. And I think Konami just looked at Delta Wing and said, we do need to push this as a reprint to get these a little bit more further into circulation. And then Cashier, Unicorn, and Fenrir are in this set. I am okay with this. Fenrir and Unicorn, as much as we talk about these cards, they might not be the most meta relevant things at the moment, but they have rotated in and out so much. I mean, Fenrir still sees play in Draco Tail, just as kind of like a little chain monster to get you a little extra material to kind of work with. So I mean, we're not doing too bad with that. Now, we also have Armorile, the Star Beast, our Star Leader. As much as we've talked about this card and how terrible it can be, some builds actually like to focus on this card and be able to, kind of get the extra little free bodies established with it. And there was a time, I mean, this card several times already has tried to recreate itself into value, which is already an incredibly stupid thing to kind of think about. So I am actually kind of happy to see that, you know, Armor Ryle is going to be getting another decent printing. Platinum Gadgets also in here is a platinum. I had to say it. I think this one was also pretty necessary. Canine Crystron has been using this card a lot, so Konami actually did a pretty good job with this. We also do get to see the art for the Ray. The Ray, see, this is another case of that ultra rare actually kind of shimmering and actually doing its job. Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend is in here, along with the Crimson Gaia. Konami, once again, taking that further step ahead here to get you guys a little bit ready for what's to come with those very powerful cards. Urgent Schedule, hey, this and Special Schedule are both in here. It's almost like there's train support coming in the near future. We've also got Dol Sulfachord Coolia. This one is actually a pretty welcoming reprint. I feel like some of the Sulfachord stuff did need some reprints, and I think this one was pretty good. And also Gram Pulse is in here, along with like the rest of the Super Quantum stuff. This is actually a pretty big W. I don't hate this. Konami needed to get those Super Quantum reprints going, because those cards were pretty frickin' expensive for literally no reason whatsoever. So I'm extremely happy to actually see that, you know, as much as like they seem like terrible reprints, those were expensive cards. Now we've also got once again, we get to see some of these stamped cards. We get to see the Aqua Dolphin here, which actually on the plain background is actually not too bad. We also do get to see the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, also maintaining that same feel that we had. But we get to see a couple of other interesting things. The White Rabbit. I thought this was going to look terrible on Ultra Rare. And you know what? The way that the background is set up on the White Rabbit is absolutely gorgeous. They did a very, very good job. Honestly, I think the White Rabbit might actually be the clear winner from this set, all things considered. We've also got Imseti rolling in here in Starlight Rare. I don't know why Imseti is in here. I guess you have to pull a reprint somewhere, right? Like, you have to fundamentally acknowledge that, you know, not every solid reprint is going to be good, but like, Imseti, really? We're doing this again, Konami? And then, of course, Trap Dust Shoot is up here. Trap Dust Shoot got a text update. It says, if your opponent has 4 or more cards in their hand, you can look at your opponent's hand and choose a monster from it and return it to the deck. It actually got a pretty decent, I mean, it still does the same intended focus and, you know, way that it used to work, but the text update on this actually helps out really, really nicely, because we might be seeing this card getting unbanned in the near future here, because Konami actually pushing this. And we do get to actually see what the crossout designator looks like in this set, in the actual Starlight foiling with the no attached to it. I think this is actually a very nice card. I didn't actually think I wanted one of these, because not all the stamp cards are going to look good. I think the Malice one, like I said, is my favorite of all of these, but I think this will probably be a solid pickup to want to add to the collection. And then, oh my gosh, Dominus. We get to see Dominus Impulse is in this set as an ultimate rare. That's interesting. I thought we were moving that to another set, Konami. What's up with that? We do get to see Songs of the Dominators, and we get to see what the full art Dominus Purge actually looks like. It's a little bit clunkier than I kind of expected it to be, but you know, I can work with that. We also do get to see Dissipator got the reprint here. I think this is one of the biggest reprints for me personally in this set, because Dissipator was always rolling like a $20 card. The fact that Konami just said, yeah, let's go ahead and dump this in here and get additional copies of this into circulation, I think is a pretty big win for people. Night Sword Serpent also is in here as a secret rare. I mean, okay. Another rarity upgrade to Mitsurugi after Mitsurugi's already been cratered, I mean, is a little bit interesting. Barrel also is made in here. And then there's also heavy polymerization in here. You might not realize it, but A couple weeks ago, Heavy Poly was 30 to 40. Actually, over the last 2 months, 3 months, Heavy Poly was like $40 for the longest time. This is by far one of the best reprints that needed to happen in this set. I mean, like this set looks good. There are good and bad things. Obviously, you know, when we get the chance to see the full set list later on, hopefully in the day, kind of see how things are going. But very, very, very interesting, to say the least, from this set. So, guys, check out Kong's cards down below. Discount code UNCLE40 will save you on your purchase.
Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.